Hello CNC students, Mr. Cowardly again. We're back talking some basic math. Today we want to talk about the Cartesian coordinate system. And really this coordinate system is the basis for everything we do in CNC machining, because we have to give a set of coordinates or positions to our machine and drive the machine tool to those positions and through those positions to create the finished product we want. So I started out with a simple number line. This is known as a number line. And really it's a one-axis coordinate system is what it is. Many of you probably remember these from grade school. We have a 0 position marked on the center of this number line, and everything heading to the right of that position is going to be a positive number. So if I told you to move forward 1 inch, you would start at 0 and you'd move over 1 inch. If I told you to move 3 inches, you'd move to this position, 3 inches. Pretty simple. Anything to the left-hand side of our 0 becomes a negative number. So the positive and negative gives us the reference of which direction to head from 0. And that's just a simple number line that you've probably all seen before. So let's add another line to this, which is going to give us another axis of travel. And we'll number this one also. So going up, if you will, in this line is going to be positive. And then going down in this axis will give us a negative position. So we've broken this up into 2 axes, and this is starting to look like a CNC milling machine, right? Where we have 2 axes of movement in the X and Y, I'm sorry. So we're going to name these axes, because now if I give you a -1, you don't know which axis is which. So we name these axis X will be our line going horizontally. And then this one will be, let's mark it down here, axis Y. These quadrants, these are also, you'll notice, broken into 4 separate quadrants, okay? Or 4 separate quarters. And we have numbers for those in our CNC machine programming. So this is known as quadrant number 1. This is quadrant number 2. This is quadrant number 3. And this is quadrant number 4. You'll notice in each of these quadrants they have a positive and negative impact on our programming position. So everything in quadrant number 1 will be a positive X direction and a positive Y direction. Everything in quadrant 2 will be a negative X position in a positive Y position. Quadrant 3 will be a negative X and a negative Y positioning. And in quadrant 4, this will be a positive X and a negative Y. You notice I'm going alphabetically. I'm always listing the X before the Y. So these are our 4 quadrants in machining. So how does this work? When we give a location in a machine, we always have to establish a 0 position. And that position can really be anywhere on your part, anywhere on your machine. That's just determined by the programmer. So if I were to give you a position of, from 0, 0, we're going to move to an X 2 inches, Y 2 inches. We simply go over an X 2 inches, and then up in Y 2 inches, and that's the position we want to move to. If I were to give you a X -2 position and a Y 3 position, so this would be X -2, it's going in this direction, and a positive 3. So right where those 2 lines, positions intersect, that's the position that we're looking for. And so on. You can go an X negative and a Y negative, or a X positive and a Y negative for these positions. We also often use a third axis in our milling machine, and that controls our tool position from home. That position is called the z-axis. Now, it's going to be hard to see on camera, but the z-axis is really this position going back forward. So anything away from the part becomes a z-positive position. And anything, the part in below, becomes a z-negative position. And I say anything from the part, it's determining on where you set your tool position, your tool offsets from, but it'll be a positive and a negative direction. You can see it's a simple graph, sometimes we get a little bit hung up on this, we think it's a little too complicated, but this is the same way that we order a Coke from a Coke machine. It's in B3, that's a coordinate position. It's B row and 3 items across, so it's a B3. We use this a lot. This is also very similar to a road map. So different roads heading in different directions. You always have to know where your starting position is so you know how to get somewhere, right? So same idea. This is also the way we do graphing, right? We can create points on a graph and we draw lines through the graph showing us a graph. It's a very similar system. But for this is going to be our positive and negative direction. The important thing for you to know is where did we establish 0 from and which direction is positive and negative. And that's in the mill, depending on it's vertical or horizontal mill, but the positive direction is normally always to the right, and the y positive is in away from you, if you will. So that's it for Cartesian coordinates. Pretty simple process. Just study up on this some more. There's a lot of online tools to help you with this stuff, but it's a great tool to know and a good thing to know. Thank you.